Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome to another 3-and-Out Primetime Face Off right here on IE Sports Radio, your direction for all that is sports. It is week number 11, and Sunday night football has arrived a little earlier today than usual, but we had to make things work for one of our combatants here tonight. We got to say thank you, of course. Big ups to Mr. Ben Matello for being here tonight earlier. Teran unfortunately can't make it later on, but there's no other Charger fan that I would want on this show right now because this team, Teran knows his team well, and damn it, Ben is like the biggest Steelers fan I've ever met. The terrible towel is over the right shoulder. We got the beanie on Teran's head. They're both wearing the jersey. Hey, I'm just saying, I love the team stuff, guys. I love it. But I just got to say, it's pretty awesome to know that both of you guys are a part of this team. And this is also another jersey y'all wear. So I'm loving it, man. Let's have some fun today because, well, it's going to be a fun game. With that said, before we go ahead and start things off, huge shout out and thank you to our sponsors, the Southern California Warriors, my pro football team, and of course, Background Check International. Make sure to give the SoCal Warriors a follow on Twitter at SoCal Warriors, on Instagram at Southern California _Warriors, and of course on Facebook at Southern California Warriors. Also, Kit Freeman is your man for all background checks. Please make sure you do not do anything illegal. But of course, for all legal purposes, if you're a business out there trying to find some information, of course, on your soon-to-be employees, Kit Freeman is the man. That Background Check International, that is at www.bcint.com. Once again, www.bcint.com. Show some love, man. Doing some great things there. Mr. Kit Freeman doing this since 1994. So, man, I was like, what, 5, 6? Gosh, I'm old.
I was 1.
Stop it, Teran. Thanks for making me feel old. Anyway, so with that said, you guys, of course, big ups there. And of course, if you have not checked it out already, check out the new and improved iesportsradio.com. Show us some love, log on, have fun, go around the website, check out all the cool things. There's so many more things to come. We have our forum giveaway, the IESR forum giveaway, of course. Go in there and let us know your stupidest rule in all of sports. I still got to say the stupidest thing in the world is how you can't help athletes in the NCAA. But, of course, that's a story for a different day because, some athletes are starving and can't really make any money because their scholarship just pays for, just room and board and that's it, and books. But you can't buy food. And if somebody tries to help them out, well, guess what? They then get in trouble and get banned from the NCAA. What a stupid rule. That's a stupid rule. So, good example. For stupid rules, there's plenty more. I mean, one of the rules I really like, because, there was a guy that had a great idea back in the, late 70s, 80s? The Mel Blount rule, one of my favorite rules. That's not a stupid rule. And I think Ben knows a thing or two about Mel Blount. But yes, the Mel Blount rule is one of my favorite rules because, well, he had the right idea. If the receiver can't catch the ball because he's not there, then they can't catch the ball. So I'm going to hit him before he catches the ball. So anyway, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and jump on into it today. This is going to be a fun one. I'm glad to have them here. Let's do the dang thing. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready and set for Primetime Face Off number 2 of Week 11 in the NFL as the Pittsburgh Steelers get ready and set to take on the Los Angeles Chargers in what should be a battle. I seriously still haven't even made my pick yet. I am so back and forth on this game. It is ridiculous. This is probably one of the hardest games of the entire season for me to pick. And dang it, I don't even know my way in right now, guys. I'm still undecided. I'll make a pick by the end of this game here tonight, but this face off, but we shall see. So with that said, let's go ahead and introduce, of course, our combatants today, because these two dudes are pretty awesome, and I thank them both for being here today, especially early. So, alrighty, here we go, starting things off. He is, by way of the Steel City, and of course, diehard Pittsburgh Steelers and diehard Pittsburgh fan. He is representing the away team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and of course, he has built himself up quite the resume, numerous appearances here on 3 and Out this season. The man has done great things. And by the way, if you love Pittsburgh sports, check him out every Tuesday afternoon / morning, depending on where you are in the country, with the Yinzer Report here on IE Sports Radio. He delivers plenty of awesome sports from the Steel City. And, well, we're glad to have him here again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here for Sub Team Time, Mr. Ben Matello. What's going on, Ben? How you doing today, brother?
Great to be back. Third time this year.
Third time, man. So let's get you a victory, man. I think you had a tie and a loss. So let's get you a victory, man. We gotta get you one. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, representing the home team. All right, here we go. I gotta get out the list of crap to read for this one. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, representing the home team, by way of Southern California, he is the founder and host of the SoCal Spring Sports Show here at IE Sports Radio, repping all things SoCal. Check him out every Friday afternoon. And, of course, he is founder and host of Set Point, our volleyball show here at IE Sports Radio. Check him out every Monday evening. Ladies and gentlemen, he is like one of the hardest working dudes here at IE Sports Radio, one of the COOs of the company, and, well, all-around great dude, and co-host, of course, of the show that we do together, the 3 and Out College Edition every Saturday morning / afternoon, depending on where you are in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here. This guy's got so many primetime face-offs. I mean, I've lost count. Welcome in here to represent his Chargers, Mr. Teran Rodriguez. What's going on, brother? How you doing today, man?
Hey, Larry. It's great to be back on for the second time in 2 weeks. This time I'm going to be representing a different team. I'm going to be representing my own team, the Chargers. Bolt up, baby. And I'm looking forward to my face-off with Ben. 2 IE Sports Radio hosts going at it with one another.
I'll tell you, this is only the second or third time this has actually happened. So kind of cool. Ben went head-to-head with Brad Buckingham a couple weeks ago. I know you were a judge for that one, Teran. That was the first ever time it's ever happened. I love having the two get, because you guys reflect it in your shows. I love how you guys talk about it. Ben always talks about it in his shows when we have a face-off. So I love it, man. And same with you, Teran. You always bring it up, man. So great face-off last week, brother. You got your victory last week. You were the first one to defeat Jess. Big ups there with your Rams, because, I mean, regardless, you rep 2 teams, man. I mean, I know one, of course, is higher than the other, but you got 2 teams, man. You covered 2 teams here, and we appreciate you, brother. And got the jersey on, the powder blue. I hope they're both wearing those colors tonight. Someone's going to wear white, I'm sure, but I would rather them wear those jerseys. Why not? One's lighter than the other, so I think that'd be super cool to wear the Steelers black, the bumblebee jersey, if you will, and that powder blue. I'd love to see that, but I'm pretty sure someone's going to wear white, so it is what it is. So anyway, with that said, let's start things off here and have some fun, y'all. For this primetime face-off, we welcome our judge, by the way. Only one judge here today. Early, of course. Couldn't get too many people here. But Mr. Turban Patriot, got to show him some love. And once again, if you want to get your vote in for who you think is going to win today's game, go ahead and roll down here at 3 and Out IESR. Once again, that's at 3 and Out IESR. Guys, your vote for who you think is going to win it, and that will be it. And Turban Patriot will decide the winner of this debate. All right, y'all, without further ado, here we go. The X Factors, first round here. Ben, you are the away team. You'll start us off. X Factors for tonight's game. Who and why?
Well, my X Factors tonight, I feel like I say it. I've said it the last 2 matchups I've been on. I feel like I have to say it again. The offensive line, especially this week, suffered some injuries last week. Both Kevin Dotson, Troy Turner both got hurt. Kevin Dotson is out tonight, so that's going to fall on guys like BJ Finney, JC Hassenhauer, Zach Banner, all have to step up tonight on the offensive line. And then receivers, Chase Claypool was hurt last week. That was a tough loss and a miserable game, but back this week. I think, Chase Claypool, I am, as far as this receiving core, definitely another X factor as well. And then I feel like I've said this the past 2 times as well. Najee Harris. I know the Chargers' run defense has not been very good, and we gotta feed Najee Harris. We gotta feed him, and hopefully have a big game tonight.
I agree, man. The Chargers actually, it's hard right now to pick out. I mean, they have weaknesses just like you guys, but right now, one of the few things they haven't done so well is defend the run. Not sure why. The defensive line is actually pretty solid, but they've had some issues this year. Not the worst, but they definitely can get better. So I completely agree with you. Certainly a great job, man. There with the X Factors as always. And yeah, man, Najee Harris is I think he's going to be a huge part of tonight's game. He has to be. If he's not, then, well, that could be an L. So he needs to be a huge part of this game. So great stuff there. Teran, how about you, brother? X Factors and why?
So my X Factors for the Chargers are basically going to be, starting with the defense, Joey Bosa, as he will be playing tonight. Some people were saying that he wasn't due to COVID restrictions, but he was able to clear all the hurdles, and now he's going to be playing. Drew Tranquill will be making his return. That is also huge. Unfortunately, no Jerry Tillery, but I could see Drew Tranquill stepping up. And also Derwin James has been crucial for the Chargers. I want to say that Derwin is a huge game changer to that defensive front. And then also for cornerbacks, Michael Davis makes his return. And then Asante Samuel Jr. is going to have his way of possibly covering the receivers. Like the Steelers have got some good receivers like Pat Fryermuth and then Claypool and the list goes on and on, but I can definitely see the Steelers wanting to air it out. And then obviously when you're playing Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers, he's most likely going to not dink and dump it, but he's not going to go for that home run ball, unlike Justin Herbert, who is my X factor for offense, as I expect him to at least try to go for the deep ball. And Joe Lombardi needs to get that offensive game plan all together, because he has not been doing great as the offensive coordinator for the Chargers as of recent weeks. But that said, I also expect Austin Eckler to get it going on the ground game. Mike Williams, I really need him to have a big game. He has been the missing piece for the Chargers receiver core. Keenan Allen cannot do it himself. And then also the tight ends, Jared Cook, Donald Parham, and Steven Anderson. I could also see them getting involved in the passing game as well. And then Justin Herbert and the offensive line needs to buy him a lot of time for Herbert himself, especially Rashawn Slater. I don't think everyone knows this, but Slater has only allowed one pressure every 29 snaps, and that's according to Chris Collinsworth on Pro Football Focus. And then also Matt Filer will be facing his old team as well, so that's going to be quite something to note. And I think Filer has taken on the Steelers defense in practice in the past, so he might know a thing or two about the Steelers and what they can do and can't do when it comes to bringing pressure on the QB.
Awesome stuff there, Teran. I'm not sure if Turpin jumped on a little bit late, but real quick, Ben, there was Najee Harris and who else?
What's that?
I said, I think Turpin jumped on a little bit late. So one more time, it was
X-Factors.
Najee Harris and who else?
Najee Harris, Steelers offensive line.
Completely agree. Okay, that to me is about as big as you guys can get right now. And there you have it. So the two gentlemen here going back and forth in this first round. And that as the Packers tied up at 31-31. Wow, this game is crazy. Hey, the Niners blew out Jacksonville. That's such a surprise. Anyway, but what is a surprise is that the Colts are blowing out the Bills. I'm sorry, that's funny. And at the same exact time, the Eagles are actually winning a game. This is hilarious.
Trevor Simeon's overrated.
Football comedy. Say what?
Trevor Simeon is overrated.
Wow, these games today are funny, man. Some of these games, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, Bills fans. It's just the hype coming into this season. I was expecting a freaking Super Bowl. Now it's like I'm expecting a toilet bowl again. I mean, I'm sorry that So anyway, with that said, let's roll on over to the. Am I mean? Okay. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Turbin says in the comments here, how about them Patriots back on top of the AFC?
Oh
Yeah,
boy, I think that's something Ben and I can agree on. Us rolling our eyes.
Well, guess what, you guys? You can roll your eyes until you're dizzy. At the end of the day, the Patriots are still the Patriots because the man behind the wheel is still Bill. I'm just saying, guys. I'm sorry. So with that said, rolling into the fire round. Well, here we go. Hey, hashtag here we go. Sorry, Ben. All right, so weaknesses. What you got for us, brother?
Go.
What are the weaknesses on the Chargers that you feel the Steelers can expose to win tonight?
Weaknesses on the Chargers. I mentioned it a little bit when I talked about my X factors. The Chargers run defense, like I said, I know it has not been very good. I believe Najee Harris, like I said, last week, throwing the ball for over 50 times, that just should not happen. Najee needs at least 25, 30 carries tonight. And needs to have a big game, and is going to be a big part of the Steelers winning this game. You know, we have some injuries on the back end defensively, and up front on the offensive line. But yeah, one of the big weaknesses is that Chargers run defense, and that's going to be a big key to the Steelers want to win this game.
That's very solid. I completely agree with you, brother. Absolutely very solid. The Chargers do have some weaknesses in certain places, but so do the Steelers. Teran, can you talk to us, brother? First things first, give your thoughts on what Ben said. And then, of course, what are your weaknesses on the Steelers that you feel the Chargers can expose to win tonight?
So he does make a good point, but about the Chargers' run defense. However, the Chargers' run defense actually wasn't overly terrible against Dalvin Cook last week. They held Dalvin to under his average per carry run when it came to last week's game against Minnesota. And it could have been so much worse. Like, the numbers don't do it justice, but it could have been a lot worse for the Chargers when it came to stopping Dalvin Cook. For the defense, or for the Chargers, the defense of the Steelers is not 100% healthy. No TJ Watt, no Joe Hayden, and no Minkah Fitzpatrick. So there's no excuse for the Chargers. They got to pick that defense apart, whether it's going for decent chunk plays or going for that home run ball. Like, Justin Herbert needs to get his swagger back. And I'm not just saying that as a joke. He needs to get his mojo going. Like, there is no excuses. And then also, they got to take advantage of how many times Ben doesn't really Ben Roethlisberger checks it down. Like, every time I see the Steelers play, it's always this short pass after short pass. And sometimes they also got to bring pressure on Ben Roethlisberger. Like, every time I see the Steelers, I always see that Ben sometimes fumble the ball. Like, it's like a short little pass, but it's ruled incomplete when the ball slips out of his hands, and it should be ruled a fumble. Kind of like the Tuck rule. I'm sorry, Larry. But I always see that when it comes to Big Ben and how the pressure gets to him and how the ball slips out of his hands. And then if it's ruled a fumble, then that could be crucial. So they got to bring pressure on Ben. He's not as mobile as he used to be. Yes, he had that little run against the Bears, but the Bears did not see that coming. So all in all, bring pressure on Ben, let Justin Herbert cook, and go for the deep ball. Like, I don't think we've really, as a Chargers fan, I have not seen Justin Herbert throw a deep ball ever since he tried to find Mike Williams against the Cleveland Browns in that high-scoring affair. And I know Ben was happy about that, that's for sure. So all in all, for the Chargers, they just got to run everything to a T. And they really have to make sure they run everything smoothly, because if not, this is must-win territory for the Chargers. They cannot afford to fall further back in the AFC West. And with how tight it's getting with the Raiders and the Chiefs playing and then the Broncos having their bye, this is must-win territory for the Chargers. And I think the defense will rise to the occasion. The offensive line will protect Herbert, and Herbert will just have a big night tonight. This is his first ever Sunday night football game, and I think he's going to get the job done.
Great job, as always, Teran. And there you go. So great work, both of you gentlemen. And, of course, you can give your thoughts on that if you'd like to, Ben, at the start of the next round. But we're there to the lightning round. One more round to go, gentlemen. We're going pretty fast here today, so it's pretty awesome. Let's roll on in to this next round and talk about that game plan. All right, we got our own big Ben at IE Sports Radio. His name is Ben Matello. So start us off, Ben, as you get us ready, man. What is your game plan tonight for your Steelers to beat these Chargers? What you got?
The game plan tonight has to be, I mentioned, we got to feed Najee Harris. You know, Big Ben is back tonight. Really could have used him last week. But Ben is back tonight. You know, we got to feed Najee. Throw the ball when we have to. Attack the middle of the field. I don't know what is wrong with us not. You know, it's like the floor is lava, the middle of the field. Attack the middle of the field. And then the defensive side of the ball, it's going to be tough. It's going to take everybody. You know, not having TJ, not having Minka and Joe Hayden on the back end. But look for guys like Arthur Maulet to step up. You know, Arthur Maulet has been a guy that has played really well this year, especially when he's come in for a few plays for Joe Hayden, or just, you know, on the field. He's always around the football. So guys like Arthur Maulet, Cam Sutton as well. I just feel like they're always around the football. And then Terrell Evans, he's got to step up and play well, especially with the absence of Minka Fitzpatrick tonight. But yeah, the defense as a whole, as a unit, needs to have a big game. It's gonna take everybody, starting with the leader of the defense, Cam Hayward.
Agreed. No, totally agreed. And with no Watt, okay, sorry, Teran, I know this being a read, but honestly, man, seriously, Watt being out makes this hard for me. Honestly, I would like to say, like, you know what, I'm gonna give the eggs. That's what's really getting me hung up. I would like to give a slight edge to the Steelers to think that they're gonna design something to get to him. However, the Steelers the Chargers offensive line, they're actually pretty good. And, well, you're going to need somebody like Watt to get back there. So, I mean, honestly, this is no diss on the rest of the defense. The Steelers always have historically good defenses. But, damn it, you guys needed him, especially for a game this close, man. So, it's a tough one. But that's what really got me hung up with that. And, you know, just, I mean, it's a big part. So, all righty. So, go ahead and give your comments, Teran, if you'd like to. Ben's game plan. And then, of course, what is your game plan for the Chargers to beat the Steelers tonight? What you got?
Well, I totally agree with Ben. I don't understand why the Steelers don't attack deep downfield. Like, why do they got to just, like, check it down? And why don't they just use Najee Harris more? Like, the Steelers are so much better than what they actually are on TV. Like, they just don't utilize everything correctly. That said, for the Chargers, they just have to attack, and they cannot get off to a slow start. Like, when they get into the red zone, they got to get 7. Hopefully they don't butcher the extra point, but regardless, they have to attack. The defense has to put pressure on Ben, and they do have to be ready for that run defense, because I'm sure as heck knowing that Ben is not going to be running with the ball. But that said, the Chargers also have to get Austin Eckler involved. He had a solid performance last week, and I think he could have another bigger performance this week on Sunday Night Football. He didn't get to play a couple Sunday Night Footballs ago against the Steelers, and he was surely missed. But all in all, for Eck, I think it's going to be a big night for him. Also on the defensive front, the Chargers need to get Nasir Adderley involved. He has been a surprise. I think he can make a big impact, especially since he'll be coming back. And like I said, the corners will be back, both corners. We won't have to rely on Trayvon Campbell or Chris Harris Jr. And then also Joey Bosa playing is definitely a plus, as well as Drew Tranquil. Drew is a definite pass rusher, and he definitely loves to bring the pressure, and he just has a big impact. And let's not forget Derwin James, like I said. So defensively, Chargers have to bring pressure and make sure they make Ben uncomfortable and watch the run game. Like, they did a better job last week against Dalvin Cook, but he still got to have his. And Najee's going to get his. It's just all about limiting him to the best of the ability. And then you also got to force Ben Roethlisberger to throw the ball more, just because he's only going to check it down. And if he does decide to go for that deep ball, he's going to have to get past Asante Samuel Jr. and Michael Davis. So all in all, I expect the Chargers to not pull any punches, especially since this is a primetime game. Like, they're not the Rams. Unlike the Rams, the Chargers are ready for primetime games, and this could possibly be a playoff matchup if the Steelers and Chargers play their cards right. So, yeah.
Agreed. So, with that said, gentlemen, amazing stuff. Thank you for today's face-off, by the way. Face-off has concluded. However, let's get into those final scores, you guys. If you guys would like, of course, Ben, give your final thoughts if you'd like on what Teran had to say there for his game plan. But if not, it's all good, man. Final scores and why. And, of course, this is just the round where we kind of gather for our judge to give his final weigh in here and send that to me, but we don't want dead air. So final scores and why, what do we got?
Who wants to go first?
Final score.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's so great. Well, first, I have to say before I get my final score. Teran, I know, probably gonna disappoint you. I know I mentioned on my show a couple times, but you're gonna see a lot of terrible towels tonight and a lot of Steeler fans at SoFi Stadium tonight. Steeler Nation, we travel the best. I mean, especially in Southern California. So expect to see a lot of terrible towels tonight. A lot of Steeler Nation will be there. Final score tonight. It's going to be a close game. Like I said, defensively, it's going to take everybody. Final score tonight, I'm going to say Steelers 20, Chargers 17.
All righty, that seems about right. Either way, that could be it. That is amazing stuff. So with that said, greatness. Teran, what you got for us, brother? Final score.
Well, I'm just going to say this about Ben. Thank you for not mentioning thank you for mentioning that there's going to be a lot of Steeler fans, but thank you for not putting that as your X factor. I will give you a cookie for that one. But Justin Herbert and Coach Brandon Staley said they don't care about who has more fans. All that matters is the Chargers versus their opponent. And it is going to be a barn burner, in my opinion, but I definitely have to give the edge to the Chargers. Obviously, I said on my show that the Chargers were going to win, and Ben got the 20 part right, but I have the Chargers winning 28-20. I think it'll be close, but I think the Chargers will have that one play that'll differ them from the Steelers in the entire game. But I expect a great battle, and it was an honor taking on Ben today.
Well, Ben's the man.
Absolutely.
Definitely appreciate. Absolutely, man. Great stuff there. And yeah, I'll tell you what, certainly awesome stuff, you guys. Really excited. And it was awesome. It really, really was awesome. However, I do want to ask, Turbin, I know I haven't gone over, and I'm so sorry. Like, seriously, y'all, a life in the day, I would love for you guys to see it, because the busyness I'm going through every day is unreal. So I have not got a chance to, of course, explain the boxing scoring to our judges. fully. So, I mean, it's really not a lot. My apologies. However, Turban did do numbers this time with. So, Turban, if you would please go ahead and put your final for the scoring, of course, in the chat, or of course in the message to me. Your final scoring, that is, for that lightning round. My apologies, you guys. I know, like I said, I've not made my way over to do that, and there are a million things that I haven't made my way over to do at all. I mean, it is incredible. Like I said, guys, I cannot believe how busy I've gotten this over this last year. Like, it is ridiculous. So I haven't had time to scratch my head. Hey, look, I got time finally. All right, but I've been waiting to scratch that for 4 months. That's what it feels like. So with that said, so Turban, go ahead and send in as soon as you got it in, man, your score. Now, of course, the winner, but the score, of course. And yeah, so with that said, you guys, let's go ahead and do it and get in the final debate vote for the winner of the actual game itself. And this was a landslide. Wow, it's either one or two things happened. A bunch of Charger fans got a hold of it, or Teran gets voted on every account he had. He's getting done before. It's all good, man. So 80% to the Chargers tonight for who think is going to win the game. That's crazy. Man, I was not expecting that. This is a true, in my opinion, a true 51-49. Like, that's what it should have been. So I know, of course, the voting poll got put up super late, and this face-off today, gentlemen, I thank you both for thank you for being here early today, Ben. And yeah, Teran, I know you got to be somewhere later. So it's just a lot kind of just went into the throwing togetherness today. Of course, my show earlier, the defining moment, throwing together, I guess all kinds of stuff kind of thrown together today. So my apologies. But of course, it's been a lot. So there is the overall voting result as we still await the score. And all right, here we go, guys. The score is in. And let's do some math. Like I said, I know I got to explain this to everybody, and maybe once in my, non-existent free time, I can do it. So score here is, I think, in. So here's what we're going to do. I think Turban had a problem with interpreting that. So regardless, you guys, tonight's face-off, without the points, the first round will go to... Just kidding. It doesn't nobody. It's a tie, y'all. So Turban has you guys set dead even in the first round. In the fire round, he is taking Mr. Teran Rodriguez. And we all know how this goes. If it's Ben, it's a tie. If it's Teran, it's a win. So my apologies, Ben. No victory today. Gosh darn it. However, will it be a loss or a tie? We'll find out. So the final score is in, or the final pick is in for Turban. And wouldn't you know it? Womp, 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 ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a tie. Oh, my goodness.
Man.
It was too close for Turban. He had to give a tie. Ben is going to get sick of ties and not come on the show no more. I can feel it. I'm sorry, Ben. My bad. But so great stuff there. And like I said, by the way, next week, I promise you guys, the scoring for the judges, I will have it. It'll be fine. My apologies, but man, I just got to thank you to you guys both, and thank you to everybody who was a part of today's face-off. Of course, our judge, Turban Patriot. He's a happy guy right now. This Patriot's playing well. Both Ben and Teran, you guys are awesome. And, man, tonight's game is going to be a good one. So, with that said, let's get you guys out here and roll on, man. So, Ben, as always, brother, where can these diehard fans find you?
You can find me right there on my personal handle, at Ben Matello. Then also my show handle, at Yinza Report IE. And listen to my show every Tuesdays, 1 o'clock Eastern time, right here at IE Sports Radio. Your direct feed for all that is sports.
Right there. You say it so well, Ben. I love it, man. I love it. So, with that said, Mr. Teran Rodriguez, brother, I know it's a tie. I know for both of you it's a tie. I'm telling you. But next time I ask Ben, he's going to be like, I don't want to do this no more. I'm going to tie everybody I freaking face. So, but Teran, how about you, brother? Where can all these diehard fans find you? And I forgot, sorry, there should be a one in there. But, of course, where can all these diehard fans find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Teran Rodriguez 1. You can also follow my shows at set_point. And then you can also follow the SoCal Supreme Sports Show on Twitter at SoCal Show IE. I think it was IESR, but regardless, you can find my shows there. My shows are also in my Twitter bio. So, and hey, Ben, it was an honor battling you. I know a tie is like hugging your sister, but I wouldn't want to tie with anyone else. Like, we're both two diehard fans, and we're both hoping that our team pulls out a big victory. And it's an honor, brother. And keep up the great work with your show. You do a great job every Tuesday. And I'm always tuning in every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So keep up the great work, brother.
My bad, you guys. My bad. I got a out of nowhere phone call. That was weird, but thank you very much for being there. I was kind of odd, so I got to make sure I turn off my everything for this one. But I'm here. But with that said, you guys, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Mr. Ben Matello, of course, and Mr. Teran Rodriguez. We appreciate you guys both so very much, man. Have a wonderful rest of your days today. God bless you and your families, and enjoy the game, you guys. We'll talk to you soon, and thanks again.
Thanks, Larry. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate you.
Take care, you guys. All righty, y'all. So, my final win for today's show. It is going to be a tough one for me. I seriously have no idea how close this game is going to be, but I know it's going to be close. I seriously think right now that we will have ourselves a close one, more than likely like a 3-point game. But my final win is going to go the way of the Chargers. I just, that Watt pick is really messing me up, or that injury. So I see, like, right now, honestly, you guys, it's going to be a close one. I'm going to go final score, my favorite score, 24-21. No, I'm going to say a little bit higher. I think these offenses are actually going to ball out tonight. I'm going to go final score 31-28. Chargers win this thing, and it's going to be a close one. With that said, you guys, that is it for today's Primetime Face Off. We'll catch you tomorrow for Monday Night Football, of course, and our Primetime Face Off there. Make sure to give us a follow at IE Sports Radio on Twitter, on Instagram at IE Sports Radio, and of course, IE Sports Radio. Give us a like on Facebook at IE Sports Radio. We certainly like that. Of course, give me your boy Larry B a follow at the THE_B53. Once again, this is at THE_LB53. We will catch you guys soon. That is all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.